Hi, and welcome to my first ever reading vlog. I am going to be reading House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This book was sent to me all the way from California by my friend Haley. She really wanted me to read it. It didn't come with a dust jacket, so I'm just gonna throw that hither on this side somewhere so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to be reading this over probably the course of 2 to 5 days. We'll see how long it takes me. I don't have a course of action for this. I'm just gonna read it and see what happens. I have no idea what it's about. I think it has something to do with salt water because there is an octopus on the cover. If you can see that. Yeah. So I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I'm assuming also because salt and salt water and sorrows, so it's gonna be sad. We'll see. So I only read to page 35. And it sucks. I'm really, really disappointed in myself because I wanted to read more tonight, but I'm so tired. I can't look at the page anymore. So our main character's name is Annalee. She comes from a highbrow family on an island where they do things different than the people who are living on the mainland. I believe from what I understand, their religion is based on the ocean, I think. It's not hella clear. But she's, at the beginning of the book, she's going to a funeral, or is at a funeral for her sister who has just passed away. And you find out that a lot of her sisters have recently passed away in the last couple of years under circumstances that seemed like accidents. And she's not about that life. She's unhappy, she's mourning, and she also has other sisters, one older and several more younger. And the entire village or island thinks that her family's cursed, and like, who's next? Who's gonna die next? So at the very beginning of this book, I was like, oh, is this just gonna be sad? I'm not into it. But now I'm kind of into it. Like, I want to know. One thing I will say is that there is a story, a scary fairy tale that they mentioned briefly, or she mentioned briefly, that is basically the story, the green ribbon that's in the book, In a Dark, Dark Room and Other Scary Stories. I read that part and I was like, I know that story. That was one of the first scary books I read as a kid. Like, I love that story. I could I could recite that story to you. So I thought that was cool. So, Erin, I like how you threw that in there, girl. I like that. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good morning. I feel like I just sounded like a news anchor. All right, so I'm at the library. I'm just gonna go inside and get the books that I ordered, and then I'm going to go to the grocery and to Starbucks to get some espresso. Don't judge me. I like them. And then I'm gonna go home and meal prep and read. I am trying to get this book that I'm reading on audio. There's currently a wait of 2 people, and apparently the library has... Oh, wow, there's terrible glare on my glasses. Apparently the library only has 1 copy of the audiobook, which... Why? Maybe it's her debut... Maybe it's her debut novel. Novel. Jesus. But they only have 1 copy, so I'm on a wait list, but I'll probably finish the book before I even get it. So I am going to go into the library. I got my books. So I got The Girl in the Tower and The Winter of the Witch. These are the next 2 books in the Winter Night series. I also got some graphic novels. I'm going to try to do a graphic novel recommendation video as like a yay, I hit 100 subscribers. Here's some stuff that I like that you should read. So I neglected to say what I had read so far. I feel like this novel might be a paranormal mystery novel, which I'm down for. I love paranormal crap, and I also love the ocean because I grew up next to it. So yeah, I don't want to say too much. I'm trying to decide how much I want to say about the book in the vlog because I'm going to do a review of the book at the end of the vlog. So we'll see. So, I am on chapter 12. Yes, I am on chapter 12. That is page 104. And I'm going to put this down because I need to cook. So, where I'm at right now, I am 100% positive that in this world, it has a weird, well, it has a religious system based on the god of the ocean. Everything they do is nautical related in their religion and basically in their daily lives. And this is, as far as I can tell, which I'm pretty positive about, and I don't know if I've said this already because I'm just basically filming clips as I go, but it's a murder mystery with ghosts. Pretty positive, and I'm honestly really enjoying it so far. It's too early on. You can, yeah, it's too early on in the book for me to tell you what my rating will be, but I'm enjoying it. So now I'm gonna go cook, and I was gonna film that, but nobody wants to see that.
Why are you so cute? Oh, you're so cute. Why are you so cute? Can I have it? Oh, you're so cute. You got a haircut.
So it's almost midnight, and I've been reading since like 9:30, 9:45. I read a little bit before that, but time got away from me. This was my first full day reading and vlogging. So I am on page 192, chapter 20. I am loving this world because the more I read, the more magic I get. And it's not clear cut defined magic either, which I like that. I like that in a book. And I like that there's so many characters. I mean, we do have our main character, but there's so many different characters and they all have a voice. And if this wasn't a YA book, it might actually be scary in certain parts. So I'm really, really enjoying that. I'm going to go to bed and pick it up tomorrow. Good morning. I'm awake and I'm tired. I'm off of work today, which is great. I'm just going to read all day. So, update. I'm pretty sure I know how this is going to end. I hope that I'm not actually seeing the end because I like to be surprised, but I'm pretty positive I know how it's going to end. And I'm sitting outside right now. I just needed a break. The house is really stuffy. I need to actually go back inside and clean because I need to get ready for the week. And right now I'm just out here with my dog, Eli. He's being a dog outside. Eli. He's a good boy. And yeah, I'm gonna finish the book tonight. I think I have 11 chapters left. I think there's 40. Pretty positive there's 40, and maybe like a little bit of an after story. But yeah, that's that for now.
I finished it. I'm just going to give you a quick summary and then I'll tell you how I felt about it. So this book starts out with Annalee. She is going to a funeral for one of her sisters who has just passed away, but she thinks things are hinky. She thinks that, you know, something is amiss and like, why did she die the way she did? So she goes to her father. Her father just got married. He's like, we're going to do whatever this new lady says to do. And she's pretty upset about it. So she's got one older sister, several younger sisters, and, you know, they are under the impression that they are cursed because their siblings keep dying, and they have had several siblings die before that one. So Annalee, being Annalee, she doesn't want to let it go. She wants to find out what happened to her sister, why things are happening. But while she's trying to figure that out, some really freaky things happen. I will say that this is a very dark, well, this is a dark book for a YA book, but it's a gothic horror YA book, maybe? I didn't look that up. It is, I know it's fantasy. So that being said, so I'm going to start with a con first. So the cons are, I liked the ending. I thought the ending was sweet, but I also didn't like it. I think it wraps up too perfectly. I think it came on too fast. I think that if there would have been more, book, I think this book is like roughly, it's backwards, my bad, 403 pages. And I really do feel like that last chapter should have been at least 10 to 15 pages long. Maybe not 10 to 15, maybe like 8 to 10 pages longer, just so there could have been a little bit more, maybe a little bit more explanation. That would have been fine with me. There's also a character's death in the book, which you don't find out until later, and I thought it was really cool, but I was like, as the bad guy, shouldn't there have been some explanation on how this character died? Like, I kind of wanted that, but I mean, it didn't need to be there. Also, there was a romance that I at first was like, do we have to? And then I'm like, wait, did it need to be there for the plot? But I'm not a big fan of romance in my books unless I'm reading them for romance, so maybe that's why I thought that was a con. Pros of this is the world building. I thought the world building in this was great, and I thought that the world was beautiful. I would love to go and be in this world. I was in awe of how this world was written. I really was the whole time. Also, each character, each girl, they all had their own very distinct personality. Annalee and her older sister, so they're the oldest, they're singular. And then you've got two groups of other sisters, so 2 groups of 3. And, you know, those groups complement each other, but they were all their own people. Another big pro I had was Annalee is living in a world where she's not sure what is real and what is not. And because she didn't know, we didn't know, and I thought that was great. I love books where I'm confused. I thought I knew how it was going to end. And when I said that earlier, I was wrong. But when I first started reading and I'm thinking, well, who's the bad guy? The person I thought was the bad guy at first ended up being the bad guy. And I was like, why didn't I go with my gut? Now, the biggest pro that I have is that it's gory. And it's not ridiculously gory because it is a YA novel. But the gore that was there, it was well done. I like the gore. Books plus gore equals a better book. That's just how I feel. So if you are into YA and you're into scary stuff and you like a little bit of gore and you're not afraid of ghosts, this might be for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and then you got any value from it at all, please give it a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't. Help my channel grow. Just a consideration, and I hope to see you guys all next time.